So my perspective on the global financial crisis. To me, I see this as a mirage. Not because I don't know that lots of money is being lost, but because I believe the assumptions that have driven the meltdown are misplaced and eroding not just the quality of the majority of people's lives on the planet, but also severely compromising nature. Furthermore, it is also compromising us all ethically, as it is hard to distinguish between my indebtedness to the system and my independence from it. After all, there is not one of us in this room, save those from the Indigenous community, who has not benefited materially from the global bonanza of the last century. Yet the mirage of the global financial crisis holds centre stage because it's all about power and who has it and who might lose it. Essentially, though, this is the power of an idea. There are four parts to this idea, namely that rampant and unrestrained growth is the panacea of all ills, that the market is an even playing field, and that obscene amounts of wealth in the hands of a select, and I would argue highly selective few, is okay. And finally, that these few are somehow moral exemplars of what good work brings to those who strive in the playing fields of finance capital. Now, I believe this is a mirage. This belief in unfettered growth, however, is trembling. It might even fall down. And what then? Well, while all this greed has been going on, there has been another idea growing. It's been growing in the wings, waiting its moment to come out into the sun. I'm going to use an analogy here, and it's interesting that the analogy is being picked up by both Michael and also by Dermot earlier in his song. So the analogy goes like this. While the dinosaurs of capitalism struggle to hang on to what they've got, to their sheer scale, a new species, the cooperative mammal, has also been evolving in the shadows. Now, I've got a child, I sit down and I watch Walking with Dinosaurs, so I know a lot about cooperative mammals, down holes, little furry guys, so this is where I'm coming from. So this cooperative mammal represents a new experiment in human civilization. This experiment, of course, has been tried before in indigenous social arrangements around the planet, and also, perhaps, in some of the early civilizations, such as the Indus Valley civilization in northern India, and the Mycenaean Greeks, for instance. This cooperative mammal is driven by a different idea, a different social imaginary. It has been white-anting away at consumer culture for a long time, challenging the standard food chain. It's been dreaming illicit dreams of co-evolution with nature and with the best of the tools that make human civilization what it possibly could be. It's a simple enough idea. It goes like this, that excess wealth is unnecessary because we live not in a malevolent or dangerous and unpredictable world, as the dinosaur world, but in a benevolent world in which trust is more powerful than fear. And what is most important to us all, relationship, has no price tag. Relationship is that feeling of belonging, of worth within a system that one fosters our best at all times. Two, it calls forth and utilises our maximum potential. Three, it gives us a sense of the bigger picture and our place within it. And finally, it also provides the vision that giving in reciprocity is more powerful than that old ethic of hoarding and competition. This idea, like the idea of growth that has driven into industrial capitalism, is simple but powerful, and I think it could usher in a new civilizational experiment. This experiment is based on what you might call cooperative capitalism, That is, it's progressive and it utilises the combined potential of the entire social, natural and spiritual world. This is what Prout offers us, a larger picture of the human potentiality. We get there by imagination and its application through action in the world. Imagining is becoming. We're becoming something new, and yet something that we have always been in potential. It is a wonderful, never-ending journey.